What's up, y'all? Welcome to Dr. Divine Roots Tarot. I am the Queen of Tarot, back with another message from the other side. I am the High Priestess, the Supreme Witch, the Divine Feminine, God's only chosen reader. Don't you forget that. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and turn on the notifications, okay? So let's jump in. If you are ready to heal your inner child, the links to my products are in the description below, okay? So, Unlovable is here. We're in these healing chats again, okay? So apparently there are some people who need some healing in regards to love and need some guidance. So here we are again. Unlovable. Practice radical self-acceptance and love yourself with all your flaws. Okay, so there are some secrets coming out. Secrets are being revealed to you about you. All right, you feel like you're unlovable. All right, you need to practice accepting yourself and loving yourself with all your flaws. Okay, we're just gonna call these healing sessions. That's what we're gonna call these. Changing them. All right, you're trying to change someone and that never works. All right, accept them as they are or move on. All right, so the secrets about you trying to you're realizing these things about yourself, that you are in these cycles because you are always trying to change someone. And I know personally that you can't change nobody. That's just like going back to the addiction. If a motherfucker want to keep hitting that crack pipe or snorting that line or, you know, shooting up that substance in their veins, like, they're not going to quit until they're ready. Okay? So you trying to make someone change, you just, I don't know, it's like you're running into a brick wall like over and over and over again. It's not going to happen. All right? So stop trying to change the person. If you don't want to accept them for who they are, get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. Okay? Sex only. Okay? Either you or your partners only want sex. Accept that it's okay and reach for more. All right? So you're realizing that you only want sex. Okay? So this is someone, whoever we're talking about in this situation, you are reflecting on who you are and what you got going on and the things that you need to change within yourself so that you can eventually have a healthy, loving relationship with someone. Okay? But you only want sex. Okay? And you need to be honest with yourself about that. Okay? If you want more, you need to take action to, you know, wanting more. First of all, you need to address why you only want sex. Maybe because you don't want to be emotionally attached. Maybe because you don't want to fall in love. Maybe because you don't want to get your heart broke. You really need to drill in on that and figure out, why do I only want sex? Because you can really pleasure yourself. I'm just saying, you can pleasure yourself. You can pleasure yourself. Okay? So, you know, some people, women in particular, I'm talking about women in particular. Some women are, you know, like that, where they don't get attached when they have sex. You know, sex is very intimate. It's something that's very intimate. And at some point, you're going to get attached. Okay? Even if it's getting attached to just only having sex with them. Okay? And I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but you only want to be bumping and grinding. So you need to be okay with yourself, knowing that this is all you want right now. But at the same time, you need to address why. Get to the root of it. Ask yourself, why do I only want sex? And be honest with yourself about it. Okay? And then take a break too. Taking a break can help you clear out, you know, your mind. Because, you know when you release when you have an orgasm, you know that that's energy. And, you know, holding on to that sexual energy is better for you in regards to, you know, being clear-minded and clear-headed, especially if you just out here throwing it everywhere. Okay? You really need to get by yourself and find out why this is all that you want. Okay? So there are some secrets in this situation that are being revealed about you and your toxic behavior. You know, things that you need to work on within yourself before you can get to that healthy relationship, if you desire it at any time in the future. Okay? So settling. Okay? Don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. So you've been settling. Whoever I'm talking to, you've been settling. All right? Just because it's safe, because it feels familiar. All right? You have been settling. And normally when you settle, you end up settling into an unhappy situation. It might not be unhappy as soon as you get into it, but eventually you're going to get bored. Eventually you're going to get tired. Eventually you're just going to, you know, want to be left alone, you know, and then those feelings within yourself, they start to come out in the relationship, like distance, you know, cheating, angry, you know, depression, things of that nature. That's how those things come out, because you're not being honest with yourself. Don't settle. Stop settling. Okay? No good ones. All right? So you have been settling because you feel like there's not no good ones out here. But you ain't ran into no good ones because you got stuff within yourself that you need to clear out before you can energetically match someone who is good. Okay? There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. Okay? There's someone out there for you, but you need to do the work, do the inner work, do the shadow work, look in the mirror, you know, and stop thinking that there aren't any good ones out there. Okay? I'm a good one. And I'm preserving myself, you know, for somebody who's worthy of me. I'm just saying. You know, it's not that I don't believe that there are good men out there. It's just that I know that it's not time. So until that time comes, I'm just going to continue to work on myself, continue to work on my dreams, my goals, you know. And like I said, I really don't care about that right now because I'm so focused on my foundation, you know, my financial foundation. So there are good women out here. It's just you have to energetically clear out those blockages so that you can move forward in getting closer to somebody that's good. But you've been settling because you feel like there is not anyone good out there, and then you get involved with people too soon. All right, you get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. It takes time to know somebody. 6 months to a year. Give yourself some time to really know this person, because jumping into something too soon will, you know, have you fucked up out here for real. And this is why, one of the reasons why you can be feeling like there aren't no good ones, because you're not giving yourself time to really get to know this person before you settle down for them, because you're so anxious, you know, to get here. You know what I'm saying? You need to also be clear with people, you know, when you're dating and when you're out here. This is all I want, if that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep it a secret, and don't just jump into a relationship with somebody just because that's what you want to do. Let them know, give them a chance to make a decision about if that's what they want to indulge in, because that's how a lot of people get hurt too, by not being upfront and honest about what they want. Okay, expectations. When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. Okay, sometimes everybody got flaws. There is no perfect person on this earth. You know what I'm saying? There's a perfect person for everybody, but everybody got a past. Everybody got flaws. You know what I'm saying? You need to find 3 to 5 things that, you know, you just must have in a person. And, you know, put yourself out there. All right, your expectations are too high, you know, and these all came out sideways. So this is, in this situation, this person is reflecting on the things that are blocking them, that are keeping them from moving forward in their love life. All right, fixing them. You can't fix someone. They have to want to change, accept them, or let them go. That's the second time. So changing them and fixing them, both of them are here on the table. So you keep trying to change people and keep trying to fix them. You can't fix nobody who don't want to be fixed. If a motherfucker don't think that they got a problem, they don't want to be fixed because they're not aware that they have a problem. You got to feel like it's a problem in order for you to want to have a solution for it. If you don't feel like it's a problem, then what the fuck you looking for a solution for? Like, it don't make sense. Okay, so stop trying to fix people. All right, stop trying to change people, because people only change when they want to. All right, fated to be alone. Okay, you gave up on love because you think you are meant to be alone. It's not true. All right, it's not true. God didn't make us to walk alone in this world. People who fear God, who fuck with God, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody for everybody, especially if you're out here being accountable, being a good person, you know, being a good woman, good man, you know, being understanding, you know, being a good partner, you know, putting in the work. God got somebody for you. Okay? It is sometimes, you know, you gotta wait on it. Sometimes you gotta wait on the blessing. What's that song Kevin Gates looking for? A microwave blessing? It won't happen. It's not gonna happen quickly, baby. Blessings come, you know, when it's time for them to come. But you're not fated to be alone. All right? Not compatible. You don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. There's somebody out there for you. All right? Judgment. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. All right? Stop judging people. Stop judging a book by its cover. Let's go back to too soon. Get to know this person first. 6 months to a year. Give it some time. Within 6 months, you should get to know all sides of a person and see who this person is. 6 months to a year. Okay? I'm gonna say a year to stretch it out to be 100% sure, but 6 months to a year, you can really get to see who a person is. All right? And really make an accurate decision on if you're compatible. All right? Stop judging people. Don't judge a book by its cover, because you don't know where that book came from. You don't know what that book got in it if you don't never open it up. What's up, Zoo? I'm reading now.
The fly track.
Okay, we'll get it later. All right, criticizing. Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities, because you are judging people. All right, you're criticizing everything, and this is making your partner feel some type of way, because you're now making them feel like they're not good enough, because you feel like you're not good enough in some way subconsciously. So you need to deal with those things, because you're not doing nothing but inflicting hurt and pain on somebody who probably don't even deserve it. Somebody who probably does like you for real, but you're pushing them away. Okay? Eye candy. All right, beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. All right? Beauty fades. Stop looking on the surface. You're on the surface. Get off the surface and go deep in the water. Okay, get in there and swim a little bit. Get in there and move around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell who someone is just because of what they look like. If you look at me, you wouldn't know I used to snort lines. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know that I was in the streets and I'm a gutter, like, you know, OG type, like gang member type. You wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? By looking at me. Not until, you know, if you put me in a situation where I have to show you those parts of me, or, you know, you ask some of the old gang members, you know what I'm saying, when I was running around with them, you feel me? But you wouldn't know if you just look at me. You don't know my story by just looking at me. So stop judging people and stop going based off of what people look like. You don't need to fall in love with the physical looks, because that shit can go away. Like, people age, you know what I'm saying? You know, people let themselves go. You know, a lot of different things play into that. But you need to be with someone based off their inner beauty and personality. That goes back to judgment. Stop judging. Stop moving too soon. Get to know somebody. 6 months to a year. Give it some time. You ain't got to be in no rush. If it don't work, it don't work. You know, it's lots of people in this world. Okay, too risky. You feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is a risk worth taking. Take a risk, okay? Take a risk on something that, you know, is not your typical type. Someone that's not your typical type. Take a risk. Me personally, I think that, you know, my type now is different than what it was years ago. You know, I used to be impressed by how you dress, and, you know, you got to be all the way fine, and, you know, it was different things of that nature. I used to love gangster niggas, like a nigga with a little hood in them. I've had pretty boys, I've had hood niggas, I've had a nerd, you know what I'm saying? And they all were different. There were things that I liked about each one of them, you know what I'm saying? But I started getting out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Them thugs, they ain't always right, unless you got one that's done changed over his life and done, you know, done got better, you know. But they come with what they come with. You know what I'm saying? Thug life, you gonna might have to duck and dodge some bullets, you know what I'm saying? You might goddamn be out here in a goddamn street brawl or some shit. Like, you gotta choose your battles wisely. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Just choose them wisely and be mindful. Now, I don't want no gangsters. I don't want no gangsters. Unless it's a gangster that, you know, done changed his life around and, you know, he's better now. But that thug life, I don't want that shit no more, because I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I done experienced it in the worst way, and I don't want it no more. So, you know, pretty boys, I don't want no nigga that think he prettier than me. You know what I'm saying? It just come with it. So, opening your heart is a risk that's worth taking, because not only do you get that experience, you know, if it worked, it worked. But if it don't, you can take those lessons, and it's them lessons, when you learn lessons, you take them with you for the rest of your life. Okay? And then, unworthy. You deserve amazing relationship. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. All right? So stop feeling unworthy and heal those doubts. Get a copy of my healing journal. All right, click the link. I got one for him, one for her. If you're him, get it. If you're her, get it. And work through those things within yourself that you need to heal, so that you feel worthy, so that you know your self-worth, so that you can begin to love yourself, so that you don't attract people that you want to criticize. All right, people that you're going to judge, so that you can be more open and more vulnerable. All right, and be verbal. All right, stop not talking. All right, you're not communicating your needs clearly. You know what I'm saying? If this all you want, goddamn say that, nigga. Okay, stop trying to change a motherfucker. All right, you need to discuss how you really feel. You know, I'm the type, I appreciate a man who is upfront with me. I had a married man try to talk to me one time, and he was upfront. He was honest. I like that, but I'm not nobody's option. So I politely told him, I appreciate your honesty, but out of respect for myself first, and number two, out of respect for your wife, I don't talk to married men. I don't want nobody that's married. But I appreciated him for giving me the opportunity to make the decision on if I wanted to involve myself in this type of situation. Because had I got involved and then later on I find out you married, I'm going to be pissed off, because now I don't trust you because you won't up front with me. Number two, you is somebody else nigga, and that is against the law. You know, that's against God's law. I don't want none of that. So that means he's missing something at home, and he out here trying to find a drink. And he's like, oh, she know, and she okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I don't care if she okay with it, but that's not my type. You know what I'm saying? I don't like sharing. I'm not interested in sharing. When I get a man, he gonna be mine and all mine. Everybody gonna know it. He gonna know it. He gonna let everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, real love is healthy jealous. Okay, it ain't toxic jealous. It's like, I don't want nobody, you know, this my man, you know what I'm saying, this my woman. That's what healthy love is. But you need to communicate and be clear about what it is that you want. All right, and we're gonna wrap this one up. These sessions, these healing sessions went a little over my time limit, but we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, I really appreciate you stopping by. Let me know what you think about this situation. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on them notifications, okay? We out.